Hi traders, welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, 𝖢𝖥𝖣yi, Senior Market Analyst. In this video, we're going to take a look at the US dollar index as we could be making a case for price to actually break higher on a higher time frame point of view. We've just had some data drop today where we've actually seen a little bit of a surprise in terms of the sort of data sets that come out. We were looking at this a little bit yesterday because we were discussing the ECB interest rate decision and we were discussing the potential for euro dollar to continue to the downside. And we've actually had a little bit of a surprise here as well. The ECB hiked interest rates from 4.25% to 4.5%, but in the ECB press conference that followed, we saw them actually talk about the the sort of reasoning behind that was that this was the last move that they're looking to do, and that is probably now the peak of their interest rates. Now, following on from that ECB interest rate decision, we actually had lots of data out of the US at 1:30 p.m. in British Standard Time. We saw that the core retail sales month on month jumped up to spot 6%, and then we had a revision of spot 7%. We also had PPI month on month, which jumped from 0.4% up to 0.7%. And retail sales month on month, we actually saw a slight increase as well. Now, forecasts were coming in a lot lower. And again, is this going to put a little bit more pressure on the Federal Reserve to maybe even hike again, considering the fact the ECB have hiked? Is the market thinking, well, are they going to do the same thing? Is the Federal Reserve going to hike and then potentially say that that is the last interest rate or monetary policy tightening for them? Now, if we go take a look at the US dollar index, we do have an interesting level coming up. We've got the 104 spot 50 handle, which were these highs that formed back in March, and price is fastly approaching that level. Now, if we were to breach that level to the upside, there could be an interesting move to be had with the 112 spot 20, the level back here on the 3rd of October, being that level where we could see price come back and retest. That would obviously be a huge move for the market. So we need to watch this very closely, because if we do see that break, then we could see that move. What I'm also noticing as well is if we take a look at the stochastic here, we are starting to see a little bit of a crossover in the K and D value. Now, if we were to see that breakout above that 104 spot 50 or the 105 spot 50 and close above, we'd get a crossover here, which could then lead to some further upside. If we take a look at the last time we crossed here around about the 2nd of August 2021, look at the move that followed from the US dollar index. So are we going to see that potentially again? Now, if we do, where could we focus some attention? Well, we talked about euro US dollar yesterday. We may as well take a look at it today as well, because what I've done is I've highlighted a couple of interesting areas, which again comes from that stochastic, where you can see on the monthly at the moment, although we have a couple of weeks to go, we can see that we've actually crossed over here on the stochastic. If that was to close like that, could that signal potential move potentially for euro dollar to come back to parity or even below? The last time we had a move like that, like I said, was back in the beginning of August of 2021, and the move that followed was quite aggressive, down by around about 2,000 pips. So a huge move that happened last time. Are we going to see something similar again, and is price going to come all the way back into that level? Obviously, this is a bit of monthly analysis. We are doing this a little bit earlier than we usually do. I usually look obviously at the end of the month before doing any type of analysis like this. But it's just interesting to see how this market could be shaping up going into the end of September. If we were to get that, could the rest of the year be fairly bearish for euro US dollar, considering the fact the ECB have said that that is now the peak of their interest rates? sort of differing from that, we've got the Federal Reserve, which data out of the US continues to show some economic growth. Are they going to look to hike next? And is that going to push the dollar a little bit stronger above this 105.50 area? I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching this video update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content. And I'll speak to you in the next video.